The cycle continues. Is it a romantic relationship you keep having over and over? Is it burnout at work? Is it going to work feeling nauseous and then coming home and feeling exhausted? Is it dismay, defiance? And then you get defeated when you can't make the changes as big and as quickly as you. Is it a financial situation that seems to keep perpetuating and repeating itself? You've done the things, you've read the books, you've seen the tips, but it still keeps happening. Hello, I'm Marinda Nelson. I help healthcare providers and physicians love their work again. And part of that is breaking this cycle that keeps you in that same situation. Potentially, it's a burnout situation. Maybe it's the same shitty boss that you've had over and over and over. And the work of helping you love your work again is to help you break this cycle. Now, the ones that we're talking about today are going to be professional cycles that we're breaking. But what I'm teaching you today will also apply to your personal life. Okay. So all change starts within. Anything you're going to change, any adjustments in your physical awareness, in your physical situation, in your romantic situation, your financial situation, your health situation, starts within. It starts with your beliefs, your understandings, what's normal to you, what's comfortable to you, what's scary to you, ancestral stuff, society stuff. All of that factors into the experience that you've created. Okay. Everything starts with inside of you, and then it's going to expand and grow outside of you. Yes? Foundational understanding, belief, core concept of the work that I do with my clients. Okay. And the transformations that we make and the cycles that we break. All right. So the first step is recognizing that it is a cycle. Why does this keep happening? Oh my God, this is happening again. Oh, for fuck's sake, why is this happening again? Recognizing and acknowledging that there is a cycle, that there is a pattern that continues. Sometimes it's obvious, and sometimes if it happens one or two at a time. There was a point in my life where I kind of had the same terrible romantic relationship over and over and over again. But each time I could kind of point the finger at each of them. Well, he was an asshole and I was in this situation in that time. And yeah, but he had this background that I allowed as an excuse for what he was doing. Each of the times I could pinpoint to a different thing, but there came a point where I had both a business partner as well as a romantic partner that had similar qualities, similar ways of showing up that I had somewhat similar relationship with. And I realized at that point that it wasn't them. It was, but there was something, there was a belief within me that kept attracting and allowing that type of person in my life. Okay. So awareness that there is a cycle and that similar situations do keep happening, and then acknowledgement that there is. Right. So awareness that there is a boss type that you keep setting yourself up with, positions that you keep taking, well, and then acknowledging that it's there. The next thing that you're going to do is get curious. You want to learn more. I want to change. I wonder where this comes from. Okay. Asking these questions that can help you open up what's happening under the surface. Now, I will tell you, this is a thing that when it's something within you, when it's something that's normal to you, when it's a belief that you've had your whole life, when it's something you were told by somebody that was important to you, these can be tricky to see. And this is where a great therapist, a great mentor, a great coach, myself can be really helpful to see what this underlying belief actually is. And then you're going to see the desire. What do you actually want it to be like? What is it that you want to be like instead? Okay. With burnout, there is something that you deeply care about in your that you feel like you're not able to care about. And so, what is that thing in a romantic relationship? How is it that you want to feel in that relationship, in your dream practice? How do you want to feel in your dream practice? Physically, how do you want to feel physically in your body? What's the desire? Desire leads. So, if we want to make changes, we need to know where we're headed, not just what we're leaving. If we put energy into what we're leaving, we're going to perpetuate the cycle of what it is we're thinking about. Okay. And we want to be moving toward a thing. All right. So you're going to get the desire. What do you want it to feel like? Yes. And then there's the clarity piece. So we talked about that underlying belief, but really getting clear on what that underlying belief or beliefs are. In burnout, I see a few beliefs come up over and over and over again when I work with my clients. And one of these are all in the pre leadership work that you do with me. But the first one that I see most often and the most core, the most central of those beliefs is that your worth, your value comes from you caretaking others. That the more depleted you are, the better you are, the better job that you're doing, the more value you have, the more worth it you are, the better doctor that you are. Now, this is pervasive both in healthcare culture, but this also is something that we're taught from the time that we're very young. You are more valuable when you share more. You're more valuable when you do more household chores. You are more valuable when you take care of your younger siblings. Okay. These are beliefs that are instilled from day one. That's not true. This is something I work with you on, but that's not true. All right. The next is that you're simply trying to do a good job, right? You want to take care of these people. You want to be the one that comes in and saves them. So this savior, saved, victor, victim kind of a mindset that if you don't save them, nobody will. So how are you going to go take a nap and take your bath and deal with your burnout if Miss Mary in room 302 needs you to save her? There's a whole system there that is built to support her as well as you. You are responsible for your well-being. She is responsible for hers, and you are a resource on her healthcare journey. Okay, that's one we definitely spend a lot of time on. And then the last is that the established way of doing it is the right way. That you can't do it your way, that there is no other way it can look, that it has to be that way. Also, that is completely not true. Okay? It does get to be your way. You can do it ways that people haven't seen done before. You get really creative. All things are possible. All right. And it can be authentic and it can be fun and fulfilling and it can be prosperous and profitable too. All right. So then we're going to release that belief that's keeping you from those things. And this is where the cycle breaks, is with that belief within. So when we see that, then we can release it. This can be a full grieving process, by the way. This is a coping mechanism you've had for a long time. It's gotten you through a lot of things. There can be frustration and anger and loss included in this, involved with this. Physically releasing that emotion, screaming, crying, hitting pillows against the couch, breaking sticks, throwing rocks. Okay, having that tantrum is so important. Okay, then you're going to choose the new. This isn't like the yeah, that sounds nice someday. It is that I will have this no matter what. It is a commitment. It is a choice. It is a I will bring this into being. Okay. And then you are going to take the steps and take the actions. You're going to break it down into the tiniest actions possible to begin bringing this into this experience, acknowledging that there will be a time, a transition time between the old as well as the new. Okay. That there will be a time that you've released what you brought into your experience and the life that you created and the jobs you created and the partners you created and the financial situation. You will release that. And there will be a gap before the new comes in. Okay. So holding that space, allowing that space between. If we do not break this belief or shift this belief or see it clearly and make a conscious decision, do you choose to believe that or not? Do you choose to nurture that part of yourself, release that part of yourself, see that fear and move ahead anyway? That cycle perpetuates. You're going to keep doing the thing over and over and over again. If there's a cycle that you are wanting to break, if you want the outcome to be different next time, let me know. I'll see you soon.